Hi, welcome to Daddy Nation TV. If you are a returning subscriber, please, I say thank you for always watching. Thank you for always staying tuned. And if you're a new subscriber too, oh, I say thank you for joining Daddy Nation TV today. And do me a favor, please kindly subscribe uh, on my channel and push the notification bell to enjoy all my future uploads. So let me be brief because of time. I want to talk about relationship today and how to know if your husband is cheating, how to know if your wife is cheating on you, how to know if there is infidelity in your marriage. How do you know? It's always the question of I don't know if my husband is cheating. I don't know if my wife is cheating on me. I don't know if my boyfriend is cheating. I have solution and I have way out. So how do you know if they are really cheating or it's just your instinct? How do you know if they are really cheating or it's just your imagination? So, fine. It's hardly to see a man that won't cheat. It's very hard to see a man that doesn't cheat. But how do you know if they are really cheating? I wouldn't say I'm innocent as well. So because most guys we don't even see it as cheating. But I'll still talk about that in my next video. I'll talk about why men cheat. Or let me say why men cheat in marriage. I'll talk about that in my next video. But today, let's talk about how to know if your spouse, if your partner is actually cheating on you. Number one thing to notice is there is always that new person to talk about. There's always that new contact on their phone. There's always that new gist they want to tell, but they cannot tell you. So if by mistake you see your guy talking about a new girl in the office, talking about a girl he just met at office, talking about a girl that is hard working in the office, or talking about someone new to you, if by mistake or intentionally that they keep talking about a new person, then no, there's something wrong. If your wife keeps talking about a new man, about a new guy, about a new thing, then no, there is something going on. So there is someone new they always talk about. That's number one point. So if you notice your husband or your man or your boyfriend is always talking about a new person, then be careful. If you notice a new contact, a new call on your husband's phone, be careful. Number two, they emotionally distance themselves from you. How do I mean? When you have a boyfriend, when you have a man, when you have a husband or a wife that always find excuses to call you, always find reasons not to be in your house, always have reason not to give you a WhatsApp chat or so. You know, before your love could develop to what you want, you have to be talking. You have to be talking frequently because the more conversation you have, the more love you achieve. And when there is little or no conversation in your relationship, then there is likely to be problem now or later. So when your guys distance himself from you, or when your woman distance himself from you, then you know there is something going on. How do I mean by that? uh, they always avoid call. You see them on calls, yeah, they still tell you they are busy. When your husband keeps forming busy, 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 when your boyfriend keeps forming busy, busy, then problem is looming. That my number two. So my number three, they are suddenly more affectionate. So when you see a man that became so affectionate all of a sudden, be careful. When your wife is all become so affectionate all of a sudden, be careful. Sometimes they do that to cover up the cheat. I've seen so many ladies that when they go to meet their boyfriend that are coming back, they buy gift for their husband. I know a woman that when he sees money like that from where she go, she easily go to kitchen, cook better food for husband. When husband come back to house, just make food and you eat. So when your husband becoming a gift buyer, always come on with gift. Be careful. Sometimes it's not all about love. Sometimes they are doing that to cover up the mess, to cover up the guilt. Adebe is the kind of man that always buy it before, and then there's no cause for alarm. But all of a sudden, they started buying you gifts. They started giving you this, giving you that. They started cooking for you in the kitchen. Started running the bed, started running water. Then my sister, be careful. Something is looming. So it's one of the fastest way to know if your husband is cheating, because it feels giving you gift will not make you ask where have you been, what happened to your phone, why did you switch off your phone. You already received a gift, maybe a sudden alarm. You already received that. How do you ask again that where have you been? Maybe it went to an eatery, buy you chicken, buy you ice cream, and give it to you. You will never ask again. Where were you coming from? So when your husband becomes a gift buyer all of a sudden, sudden affection. When your woman begins caring all of a sudden, be careful. Something might be looming. So by number four, they put more effort in how they look. You know, maybe your husband is the type that doesn't care if the clothes is ironed or not. Is the type that doesn't care about perfume. Is the type that doesn't even comb his hair. But all of a sudden, he started ironing in the clothes. Started ironing, started using comb, started using perfume. Then be careful, something is wrong somewhere. So he might be doing that for a new catch. She might be doing that for the new man. So when you notice that and they started taking care of their body all of a sudden, my brother, my sister, be careful. Something is looming. Number five, they are gone. They are gone more often than they used to be. Assuming your husband used to come back from work by 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Now it's turning to 8 p.m. And all started with excuses. The work is so hectic today. The hold up is too much today. Who knows, maybe someone else is taking that time. So be careful at that point in time, because something might be happening. A new woman may be somewhere else taking that time, taking that attention. So be careful. When there is more excuses in your mind that the reason why I come late today is this, the reason why I come late tomorrow is that, be careful. Something might be going wrong. Number six, they accuse you of cheating. In Yoruba, it says ole lo mo ese ole to. I don't know how to say that in English, but it's as if thieves always know how to track fellow thieves. So they accuse you of cheating. They know if they don't do that, you may end up accusing them. So they always accuse you of cheating. I have a friend like that. He wouldn't allow his wife to even use phone at all. He believes they are cheating on phone because most of his catch are on Facebook. Most of his girlfriends, the new girlfriend also are on WhatsApp. So he doesn't want them to stay online at all. So the one of the criteria of a cheat husband or a cheat wife is they accuse you of what they do. They accuse you of cheating. So when your wife started accusing you of cheating, be careful. When that guy always accuses you of cheating, be careful. When your husband started accusing you of cheating, my sister, be careful, because they might also be seeing someone else. That's why they are accusing you, pointing accusing fingers on you. Now they spend so much money lately. Do you observe your husband always remove money lately? He doesn't do that before. But recently, he always find excuses to spend his money. He always tell you why I have to send money to grandma, I have to send money to mommy. You see, is it saying the truth or is lying? So when you notice your husband uses money lately and there is no clear project happening, when you realize your wife spends so much lately, your boyfriend spends so much lately, it could be someone else taking that money. It could be using that money to settle bills outside when she take him out or when he takes her out. So be careful when you observe your man spends so much lately. They hardly remember what they have told you. You know, lies don't really keep things. That's another point. They hardly remember what they have told you. When they start asking, Oni, did I tell you I have meeting tomorrow? Have I told you grandma is sick and cold? So once they don't remember what they've told you before, then know something is going wrong, because liars will never know the last one they did, because you have to lie, you have to keep lying to keep up the first lie. So when they don't remember what they've told you before, when they always ask, have I told you that, have I told you that, then no, something might be wrong. Something, it could be a sign of cheating husband, it could be a sign of cheating wife, it could be a sign of cheating partner. And they ask a lot of questions about your schedule. They ask a lot of questions about your daily schedule, like Honey, uh, where will you be by 1 o'clock today? Where will you be all through today? Like they always want to know where you will be, always want to know your movements, always want to know where you are going, where you're coming, and what time you be. Will you do this? What time you do that? Because they wouldn't want to lapse. They wouldn't want you to catch them, so they always ask ahead. Honey, I don't know if your way is closer to Eleko Beach today. I don't know if your way is closer to Yanapaja today. So they want to know the areas you go and the areas you don't go. So be clever when your husband started asking you silly questions. Be careful when your wife started asking you questions that she doesn't ask when you first started. So be careful. While it could be caring, but most times it's not because they care. It's because they are trying to avoid something, maybe being caught or being stumbled at. So my number 10, they hide their belongings. That is very, very common. It's very, very common. When you see, I know a man that doesn't even drop his phone when he's going to wee. I know a man that doesn't even drop his phone when he's going to toilet. So when you have a husband that doesn't even drop his phone, even to charge his phone for him, he wouldn't agree. He want to charge and still stay. Some men will sleep with their phone. They cannot even put it on plug. So when they started hiding their phones, hiding their belongings, hiding their car key, hiding their privacy, then be careful. Something is wrong because most of these bad acts is been doing on phone. The new WhatsApp, the new girl, the alert, everything will be on phone. So they're always careful. The last chat and call, they're always careful about that. So some even go to the rest of clearing chat. Immediately they chat with a man, the woman like this, they clear it. Immediately they chat a man like this, they clear it. So they always hide their belongings. So when your husband started hiding phones, hiding laptops and call, be careful. When your woman started acting funny, hiding phones, going to bedroom to receive call, going out to receive call, having so much excuses, please be careful. It could be a good sign of a cheating wife or a cheating husband. Now, another point is they get widely upset when they are asked about cheating. Assuming you ask your husband, baby, are you sure you're not cheating on me? They flare up, they gassed up, they turn it to fight, as if you ask more than a question. Because while it's just a question to you, to them it is more than a question. It's as if you're striking them hard. So the only way to fire back is the only way to answer you is the fire back. They rumble, they grumble, they rumble, they do everything to scare you so that you will not ask such a question in the future. Well, it could be conscience. Conscience calls for that. So don't be angry when you see your husband going rich while asked about cheating. Don't be surprised when you see your wife going rich when asked about cheating. Conscience always tells you that. Now, you start catching them with lies. That's another point. You know, when you observe your wife keeps telling lies, when you observe your husband keep telling lies, and you realize this is a lie, this is unusual, this is not like him, then something is wrong. Remember, when you are cheating, you have to keep lying. Like, ask him who calls. Who did he just spoke to on phone? You hear what, like, oh, that was my cousin. The cousin you never know, the cousin you never meet. Be careful. So when you keep catching your guy, when you keep catching your woman with lies, then it's looming, it's coming. You're at a point where you have to be careful. Sex just doesn't matter to them anymore. Sex should be an intimate thing. It's called for intimacy. That's why they call it love making. But when sex is not intimate to them, it's more than intimacy to them, then there is problem looming. What do I mean by sex is not important to them anymore? While you are having foreplay with your husband, you see him a miles away. When you are having foreplay with your woman, you see her miles away from you. Or they begin to give you the styles they've never given you before. Ask yourself, where did they learn that? since you've married your woman, you always do missionary style. All of a sudden, she wants you to do doggy. She wants you to do 369. She wants you to do 39 styles. She wants you to do 360 styles, all those stuffs. Be careful. Where does she learn that? Your husband doesn't like being sucked before. All of a sudden, he wants you to suck. Your husband doesn't like you being fingered before. All of a sudden, she wants fingers. You know, those signs give you where is she learning this? So be careful when they begin to do what they've not done before. When sex doesn't matter to them before. When sex doesn't matter to them any longer. Be careful. It might be someone else is getting what you're getting. It might be that body has been given to someone else. You know, women doesn't like sharing their body to everybody. So once they're given someone outside, the husband at home will suffer for it. Once they give a boyfriend outside, the one at home will suffer for it. So be careful when you know sex is no longer intimacy to your spouse. Then something is terribly going wrong. They don't get upset about things anymore. Naturally, when you do something for your guy, you always take it upset. But now you do the same thing, it doesn't even care. It just smiles. You think it's growing. You think it's becoming mature. No, it means you no longer matter. Your problem no longer matter. Someone already given him happiness. Someone already given her happiness. Maybe your wife is the type that doesn't like you to nag. Now you nag, and she's smiling instead, not angry. It means something is going wrong. Your husband doesn't like talking back to him. You just did it, and doesn't even and he smiles. He doesn't even care. Then be careful. Something is terribly going wrong. So when they no longer get upset at what made them upset before, be careful. Allah is going. They stop talking about your future together. You know, relationship has to do with future. If there's no future, there's no relationship. But your boyfriend doesn't even care about future. He doesn't talk about future. Doesn't talk about share. Doesn't talk about let's build house. Doesn't talk about let's buy a car together. Doesn't talk about future of you and him together at all. Then you're already out of the future. Someone else is taking your space. When your wife is no longer concerned about if you are building a house or if you are buying a car, if you are paying for this or you're doing that, she no longer care. Then she is out of your future. When that man doesn't talk about future to you any longer, then be careful. He's gone already. The last one, trust your instincts. Fine, these are just symptoms. These are just signs to know. These are just signs to see. Some people will show you these signs and they are not cheating. While 99% will show you this sign and they are cheating. Many men will you still notice all these things or few of these things and they are not cheating. But your instincts go a long way. Trust your instincts. Trust your gut. Trust your brain. Once your mind tells you this man is cheating, trust your mind. If your mind is always faithful to you, so just notice that man, notice all the signs. But once your instincts tell you it's cheating, notice it. But don't act so stupid. Just notice it and do something needful. What's needful? You pray to God to change him. I don't advise you to leave him. I don't advise you to go to another man because you will never know what other men are even up to. So going to another man is not even the solution. So your nose has work to do here too. When you notice your husband smells another woman perfume, it's going on. So be careful. Pray to God. Talk to him and counsel him why you need to stay true to your marriage. Why you need to be clear. Why you need to stay away from those girls outside. Talk to him and pray for him. Talk to her and pray for her. Never leave your marriage because it is forever. If you're still dating, it's fine. You can walk away. But if you are not dating, is already married man. Is the already married man, is the already married woman. Please pray to God, and all will be well with you. I will tell you why men cheat. Maybe in my next video. Thanks for watching this.